I mean, we all know he's been very prominent in the air for many a year. But I don't think I've ever seen him get that high. Yeah. And then to keep the control on the header was... I mean, both Juventus goals were stunning. Absolutely stunning. Xhaka talked about it. The volley from Dybala was a great technique. But that was a header. That reminded me of the old days, the old-fashioned target man strikers.
Paul Mariner.
Thrive Mariner and the Jordans and all, all these big... Joe Jordan, all these big players over the years in the old days, they said, get a big man up front, he'll win the headers. That was what it was like from Ronaldo there. I mean, it really was a stunning header.
Could you jump that high when you were a goalkeeper?
No. Well, in my own defence, I didn't have to. I had arms that would help me out.
Well, he didn't bother jumping. Why waste energy?
Yeah, exactly. I just put my arms up. I'll be all right. But in all honesty, and I know we keep saying this about Ronaldo and Messi. These are players well into their 30s. When ordinarily, and Craig's talked about the strikers of the old days, but those are strikers in their peaks. Yeah. This is a striker who is supposedly on the wrong side of his career doing that. I mean, it makes it all the more incredible to witness.
How do you defend against something like that?
You can't. When somebody gets up as early and as high as that, you can't defend it. Right. The only thing you could do, you could back in so much that you foul him, right, and he loses his balance. Because once you get up early, and once you're up before...
But I think the defender tries to back in here.
Yeah, so
defender tries just to back in a little bit.
See, you know what it is? Do you know what it is? You can't look at a defender there and say, you should have done better. This is a guy who has been there, seen it, done it, got the T-shirt, still has the desire to attack the ball like that. We see lots of crosses coming in the box and people are different levels of height, but see half-hearted little efforts. That was a guy that said, this is mine. And the desire to get on the end of it is because he wants to score goals. He still wants to score.
Defenders do two things there. One is back in, which I think the defender was trying to do, but just couldn't.
Right.
Secondly, you also hear defenders talking about going up and giving the striker a little bit of a nudge on the way up to throw him off balance. But the trouble with that, certainly in this circumstance, is Ronaldo's up so early that no defender is jumping that early or thinks he has to jump that early. And by the time he realises what's going on, Ronaldo is towering over you, and all you're doing is keeping him up in the air and makes it all the harder.
We need to have a little competition next few days.
Who can jump the highest?
Burley, Hislop, Nico Moreno. Who's going to get the closest to what was it, 28?
It's 28.
28 inches.
Because I'm telling you.
Who's going to win that?
Me? Well, and I'll tell you, look at my competition, I am sure 7.9 inches is going to win it.
You have to do it with ice skates. Obviously, as you mentioned, Gab, once again, this trident of Higuain, Dybala and Ronaldo worked well for Sarri.
Yeah, look, he's obviously testing it out. I mean, I would have thought he would maybe keep it for certain games, but they're still trying to develop the chemistry there. It's the third time we've seen it in 8 days, counting the second half against Bayer Leverkusen. I would assume we would put it away for a short while. And then the issue is not that it doesn't work. It's just that if one of those guys is out, you don't have another striker coming in. You've got Douglas Costa or Bernardeschi or people who aren't strikers the way these guys are strikers. So we might see a tweak. We might see Dybala a little further back, maybe in the hole or whatever else. But it's clearly something that's yielding dividends. And as long as he can sort out a credible midfield behind it, I think it's something that can definitely pay really, really good dividends.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.